Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me for WLBT Plus. My name is Kara Shirley. I'm your digital news desk host. I feel like this microphone is really in my face today. So, how are you guys doing today? It's a beautiful day. It is Wednesday, April the 3rd. And actually, let me show you what it looks like outside. It is so pretty to look at. That is looking over Jackson right there. Beautiful blue skies. It's cool. It's not a hot afternoon. We're going to talk to Peyton Garrison a little bit later, though, and get a full look at our forecast for today, what we can expect for the rest of the day, and as well for the next couple of days. So we'll be getting into that in just a little bit. We had a very exciting morning. Well, I say an exciting morning, a kind of exciting morning today at WLBT at our studios. Right around 9 o'clock, our news director comes into the newsroom and says, hey, the building is on fire behind us. Actually, we have video of that. Let me go to that for you. But he says, the building is on fire behind us. And so we go out there and look, and it turns out it was an abandoned building right behind our studio. So there was trash burning in the parking lot between the two structures, which is located on Commerce Street. The fire department was there within minutes of being called. Once they responded, the blaze did spread to one of the buildings, and there was apparently 2 homeless people living in the structure at the time, and they didn't know that the fire had been set. So very glad that our news director saw that, came in when he did, and we were able to call the fire department to get them out here to look at that. But if you're wondering, where is the WLBT studios? Let me take you to our computer here where you can see that. So we got the Pearl River right there, and here is WLBT. We have 3 on your side, right there on South Jefferson Street, and the fire was over in this area. Like we said, the fire department, they arrived quickly, took care of the blaze, and all is well. Thank goodness for that. And thank goodness for the fire department of arriving as fast as they did. Now we're going to take a look at some crime that is happening here in the Jackson metro area. A man has pleaded guilty for the murder of a DoorDash delivery driver. It happened in Belhaven back in 2022. So Shadrack Simmons pleaded guilty to second-degree murder in the shooting death of Corey Price. Corey was the DoorDash delivery driver. They say that Price was delivering an order when Simmons tried to steal his car. And the fight did break out, and it ended with Shadrack Simmons fatally shooting Price. And so he's going to be spending 23 years in the Mississippi Department of Corrections custody. And he was sentenced today. So that is a new thing here in Jackson. Now, another story that we are continuing to watch for you is the story of the 80-year-old senior citizen who was killed when a bullet was shot into her home, and she was laying on her couch, and the bullet hit her in the head and killing her. It was a horrible situation. You could see here in the video where the bullet went into her home. That was on Nicholas Boulevard. Miss Annie Peoples was shot once in the head. Now, the police are saying multiple people are involved in the shooting. They were targeting someone else who wasn't even at home when the shooting happened. And this is unfortunately just one of the latest incidents in crime in Jackson. I'll take you now to some of the residents that are in that area and what they had to say about this.
I'm tired of mothers crying. I'm tired of grandparents crying. I'm tired of fathers losing their sons. And we are losing a generation of young men and young ladies to senseless crime.
Every time that somebody shoots a gun, there's somebody who knows that person that did it. So whoever they were shooting at, you know, a lot of people are scared to talk, or some people still live by the code, snitches get stitches. So we have to get beyond that mentality and get to a point where you have to just be sick and tired of being sick and tired.
So you got 48 right now?
Now, the Jackson police do say they have a person of interest in the shooting, but there have not been any arrests made at this time. And they are asking if you have any information regarding this, that you contact either Crime Stoppers or the Jackson Police Department. And our thoughts and prayers are with the family of the victim. Just a horrible, terrible situation that happened there. Senseless crime. I mean, all crime is senseless, really. But this death didn't have to happen. Now we look, education leaders around the state of Mississippi are saying that kids in this current school year are missing more school than they did prior to the pandemic. They define as missing 10% or more of their school days, the big increase, they actually say, from pre-pandemic levels. Leaders here in Mississippi say that parents have become accustomed to either the hybrid learning model of learning, where we can do the virtual learning, kids have the laptops or iPads or what have you, and said that some students actually are not even going to in-person classes at all. I love my children, but I also love when they get to go to school. So I can definitely say that my kids are not part of these, not missing. And then also, you know, they want to go. They want to see their friends. But it has become a problem here in the state of Mississippi. And some of the leaders are talking about it. And let's see, here is what they have to say.
You look at research, and when you talk about absenteeism in our schools, we know that how that impacts our schools. For example, if students are missing 2 days per month, that's 10% of instruction over the course of a year that is being lost, and something that we really want to focus in on.
So the Department of Education says disengagement, lack of support, and health challenges are some of the other factors in the rise in chronic absenteeism. And I can see that totally happening. You know, like they said, parents get used to the hybrid model. Maybe some of the kids get used to the hybrid model of learning, being able to do the virtual learning, and then some kids may perform better in those environments. But however, you know, attending school is a requirement, so it is something that they're looking at trying to combat and trying to lessen. Well, the state did win a victory regarding the Jackson Medgar Wiley Evers International Airport, and it would. Sometimes I have a lot of buttons, and it takes me a minute sometimes to get everything straight here. So the U.S. Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals dismissed the Jackson Municipal Airport Authority's latest appeal. It cited that none of the board members in the initial suit are still on the current board for the airport. Judge Carlton Reeves, he did set a status hearing for April 29th. So lawmakers passed a bill in 2016 that would replace the JMAA with a regional authority made up of city, county, and state appointees. Now, Jackson Mayor did release a statement on this ruling, saying that in part, once the case is back in district court, the city will resume litigating the case along with other plaintiffs, so that yesterday's ruling was really changes nothing for the airport at this time. A sad story out of Mobile, where a mother is behind bars after police found guns and almost $500,000 worth of cocaine. Investigators are saying, though, that's not just the beginning of this issue. We do have a report from our Mobile sister station, Dashing Smith reports, saying that this mother put her children in danger.
Several kilos of cocaine are now off the street after deputies say a Mobile mother put her 4 children in serious danger. Investigators say this all started when the sheriff's office received a tip about 35-year-old Tierra Hill having a large amount of cocaine at her house on Harvey Court. Sheriff Paul Burt says she was seen leaving the house on Saturday but was caught soon after.
They received some information that she may be delivering some cocaine. There was a traffic stop conducted where she was ultimately found to be in possession of about a pound or a kilo and a half of cocaine along with a firearm.
But that was just the beginning. When investigators searched the house, they say they found Hill's 4 children, ages 3 to 15 years old. They say the 3-year-old was wearing a backpack with around 2 kilos of cocaine in it. The sheriff says they also found another backpack with 1 kilo of cocaine and 2 handguns nearby.
There are a lot of possibilities that could have occurred had the children, number one, ingested any of the cocaine or been exposed to it. And then you've got these young children, have handguns within their reach as well.
MCSO says all of the cocaine is worth around $450,000. Jail records show Hill has been in and out of Metro Jail almost 10 times in the last few years, and they hope she won't be going anywhere soon.
It's just alarming to me that a mother would allow their children to be exposed to these type of things. She has to see a judge before bond is set. But my 2 cents is she ought to sit her butt in jail until she goes to trial. I mean, she subjected those children to some extremely dangerous situations.
And that is definitely some very extremely dangerous situations, especially when you think of the child having 2 kilos of cocaine in their backpack. I mean, thank God the children didn't get into it, didn't ingest it, and nothing happened with them. Sad that they were living in that situation. But hopefully this mom is where she belongs, in jail, and the children are able to grow up without any, anything continuing from this in their life. So a very sad situation out of DeSoto County, where a 2-year-old girl in South Haven has passed away, and the DeSoto County District Attorney is calling it, just a tragic situation. So the little girl, beautiful picture of that sweetheart right there. Police were called to a home on the morning of March 22nd where they found the child. And they haven't released a lot of information about that, or much more than that. But the girl's mom, Jessica Tabor, has been arrested and now charged with capital murder. She is in jail with no bond. The little girl's grandmother says the child's death could have been prevented if the right mental health services were in place for this mother. Let's take a look at what she says.
Yes, they need help. The families also need help with how to deal with someone that's going through that. Because I now have to raise my grandson. We have a long road.
Such a sad situation. They're little girls. It's absolutely beautiful. So the grandmother says that if people would have only listened to her and tried to help, this wouldn't have happened. She said, but officers with the South Haven Police Department, they did try to help out and listen. So our prayers are with her. We're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we're going to have Peyton Garrison in here. She's going to be giving us a look at our forecast. So stick around. We'll be right back.
WLBT Morning News gets you ready for what's happening outside your door.
Taking a look at our first alert radar this morning.
WLBT Morning News is where you'll find Mississippi's most accurate forecast and how to prepare for news that will impact your day.
Breaking news overnight.
And it's happening right now in Jackson.
On your side with WLBT First Alert weather and anything you need to know for a day with no surprises. Start your day with WLBT Morning News. Weekday mornings from 4:30 to 7 and streaming on the WLBT News app.
I'm in pain.
Real people.
It should be terrifying to all of us.
It's dangerous.
Real problems.
I mean, that's unacceptable.
How can we work to change things?
Real life solutions. Investigate TV Plus.
Watch weekdays at 2:30 on WLBT. WLBT Morning News gets you ready for sudden weather changes.
Taking a look at our first alert radar this morning.
It's where you'll find Mississippi's most accurate forecast and the only station giving you a 10-day weather prediction, not just 7.
Going to zoom into the Jackson Metro so you know what to expect as you head out the door this morning.
WLBT First Alert Weather is Mississippi's most accurate forecast from Mississippi's most trusted station. Start your day with WLBT Morning News, weekday mornings from 4:30 to 7, and streaming on the WLBT News app.
WLBT First Alert Weather gets you ready for everything. Every sudden weather change, every tornado threat, every day of the year.
Alerting you at the first sign of changes in the weather with Mississippi's most accurate forecast.
Sunshine and chilly mornings, you'll know first.
Need an umbrella? You'll be the first to know.
Strong storms, you'll know first.
Weekend plans? You'll know first.
Because when we know is when you'll know. Be ready for everything with Mississippi's most accurate forecast from the WLBT First Alert Weather Team.
WLBT is Mississippi's most trusted station during severe weather.
Hello, and we are back. I have Miss Peyton Garrison here, our First Alert Weather Team meteorologist. It was a little windy last night, Peyton.
Yeah, I mean, that wind, it hasn't died down just yet. This afternoon is going to feel it's still going to be pretty windy, not the best hair day. I did a First Alert Weather Deck shot during our 12 o'clock hour. My hair was going everywhere, so again, it's still going to stay pretty breezy outside today.
Yeah, I know. I live on the north point of the res, and last night it was like I feel like I was getting shaken awake all night long because of the wind. It was crazy out there.
Well, hopefully tonight is better for you.
I'm
Going to
tired.
bed. Hopefully the wind's died down enough later on tonight.
I think I'm tired enough to where I don't think it's going to bother me. So, but what are we looking at right now?
I mean, like I said, still pretty breezy outside, but hey, we have full-on sunshine outside besides maybe a few fair weather clouds. It's a little on the cool side. I mean, yesterday we were in the 80s. That was the same story the day before as well. Today we're in the 60s to near 70 degrees, winds as high as 30, 40 miles an hour. So we have that cooler, drier air quickly rushing in behind yesterday's cold front, which brought us some rain, brought us some storms, but it is now long gone, and the rest of the week actually looks pretty nice.
I'm glad to hear that. I do have one thing this weekend, but I really don't have any plans, so it'd be nice to have some nice weather and not rain or anything like that.
Yeah, well, I mean, fortunately, this weekend, it looks really nice yet again. It will feel a little bit warmer outside, not nearly as cool as today. We're, again, 70s on the way for this weekend, middle, maybe even upper 70s. There's a slight chance for maybe a few showers Sunday, but I think better chances for rain hold off until next week. So maybe you have some plans this weekend. I think that you have the green light pretty much both days again, but maybe a stray shower on Sunday.
Now, I heard a rumor this morning as I was watching WLBT this morning that we may have some clouds or rain for the eclipse. Is that right?
Yeah, it's not looking like it's going to be the best forecast for our area. In fact, I made this graphic to show the path of the total eclipse. It's going to be a partial eclipse for our area, but nonetheless, we're going to be able to see it. That is if we don't have any clouds or rain around. And as of now, again, the weather, it doesn't look the best for our location. We could have mostly cloudy skies around Monday afternoon. There also could be some showers around. Again, still a few days out, but as of now, again, it doesn't look like it's going to be a clear view of the solar eclipse. Our fingers are crossed though, but again, I would prepare to not be able to fully see the solar eclipse.
But they will be able to watch it online. I know we're going to be doing something here for the great eclipse, and so it was very exciting. Yeah. So we'll still be able to show it to you, actually probably in a safer way, because people won't be tempted to look up at the sun that way.
Yeah, and we'll still be able to see some effects here. I mean, we may not be able to physically see it, but even if we have clouds around, you're going to notice it gets darker during that time frame when we hit the maximum part of the eclipse here across central Mississippi. So we'll still be able to see the effects in terms of it getting darker outside, but we may not be able to fully see the moon passing over the sun, which is unfortunate, but like you said, we'll be live streaming, I'm sure, the total eclipse from somewhere that is within the path that should have a clear view of it.
All right, thank you so much, Peyton, and I will let you go. I know you got a lot of work to get back to, and we will talk to you again tomorrow. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, guys, we're going to take a quick commercial break again. When I come back, we've got some footage from the earthquake in Taiwan. Going to show that to you, and we'll be back in just a few minutes.
WLBT Morning News gets you ready for what's happening outside your door.
Taking a look at our first alert radar this morning.
WLBT Morning News is where you'll find Mississippi's most accurate forecast and how to prepare for news that will impact your day.
Breaking news overnight.
And it's happening right now in Jackson.
On your side with WLBT First Alert weather and anything you need to know for a day with no surprises. Start your day with WLBT Morning News. Weekday mornings from 4:30 to 7 and streaming on the WLBT News app.
I'm in pain.
Real people.
It should be terrifying to all of us.
It was dangerous.
Real problems.
I mean, that's unacceptable.
How can we work to change things?
Real life solutions. Investigate TV Plus.
Watch weekdays at 2:30 on WLBT. WLBT Morning News gets you ready for sudden weather changes.
Taking a look at our first alert radar this morning.
It's where you'll find Mississippi's most accurate forecast and the only station giving you a 10-day weather prediction, not just 7.
Going to zoom into the Jackson Metro so you know what to expect as you head out the door this morning.
WLBT First Alert Weather is Mississippi's most accurate forecast from Mississippi's most trusted station. Start your day with WLBT Morning News. Weekday mornings from 4:30 to 7 and streaming on the WLBT News app.
WLBT.
I have myself muted. I do that a lot. I'm sure my husband appreciates that, actually. Welcome back to WLBT Plus. My name is Kara Shirley, and I'm your digital news desk host. And just here to share some stuff that's happening in Jackson, talking about the weather. We just met with Peyton Garrison from our First Alert weather team. Make sure you download the First Alert weather app if you haven't already, so that way you can keep up with any rain that might be coming to the area. But of course, as Peyton just told us, it's going to be very nice for the next few days. Unfortunately, a little bit of clouds on the day of the eclipse, but you know, we will take what we can get. Now, moving over to looking at news from around the world, there was a major earthquake in Taiwan overnight. Matter of fact, look at right now, this video shows it from a newsroom in Taiwan. That is absolutely terrifying. I don't know what I would do if I were in that situation. So this was actually the strongest earthquake in this country in a quarter of a century. Rocked the island during morning rush hour. It did damage several buildings. We have some buildings that were leaning, actually. Here is a footage right now from the area going inside a building there. See that huge crack in the side of it. And I mean, if you look at the rescue workers, they look like they are walking sideways, trying to get up those steps. And then we look at some of the footage of the buildings out there. Now, more than 700 people are said to be injured by this. There have been at least 9 deaths reported. That number is expected to rise. It was a 7.4 magnitude. It was originally said to be a 7.2, but was upgraded to a 7.4. The quake and aftershocks caused 24 landslides, and 35 roads, bridges, and tunnels were damaged in this earthquake. Our prayers and thoughts are going out so much to the people of Taiwan. As actually today is a national holiday over there, and it is where people will travel going to the graves of loved ones to show respect and pay homage to their relatives that have passed on. And the officials there in Taiwan have asked people to not leave their homes just because of not only the damage that is already out there in their area, but there are still aftershocks and things happening, and it's just, they're saying it's better to stay at home. So it's crazy footage to look at out of Taiwan, and if there were any other updates, we will of course keep you updated on that, let you know all about them. Some exciting news here in the States. Powerball is still up for play, and I may actually go buy a ticket. If I'm not here tomorrow, then I probably went and bought a ticket. That doesn't mean I won. That really doesn't mean I won. It would be nice if I won, but that's probably not going to happen. So it stands at an estimated $1.09 billion. I don't even think I could write that number out. There's no winner on Monday. This is the 9th largest U.S. lottery jackpot. And if someone did win, me, we could choose, or they could choose, to spread the money over years or take a lump sum of $527 million. There have been 39 drawings without a jackpot winner. So actually, I'm not going to buy a ticket. I turn 42 on the 12th. If it's had 42 consecutive drawings without a winner, a jackpot winner, I'm going to buy a ticket then. I'm going to take that as being my lucky day. It's going to be a good luck charm for me. At least some good stuff will come out of turning older. We're going to close out today with a very happy story of something that is happening to a young man here in Rankin County. He's a metro area athlete gearing up for some major competition. His name is Nick Weldon, and he is let me get my video up here. He is a junior at Northwest Rankin High School, and he is going to be, he has been spending a lot of time in the weight room. And his hard work is paying off for him. He's going to be competing in the Special Olympics powerlifting event in Biloxi. He's been powerlifting since his freshman year. Remember, he is a junior. And he says he likes the bench press the most. Let's hear from him right now.
I'm excited and because I like Special Olympics. Because I started that Special Olympics first time, like basketball, flag football. I'm excited, but I'm not nervous.
It's awesome to see. He's earned that. We're excited for him. I know his family's excited. He's pumped up. It's really neat to see him in there working hard. We're getting behind him 100%. We want to see him go achieve everything he wants to set out and do, and I think he's on that track.
Such an awesome thing. Well, this is going to be his first time competing in the Special Olympics powerlifting event. Again, that's happening in Biloxi, and we are very excited for him, and we wish him all the luck in the world. Now we got Studio 3 coming up in just a little bit here on WLBT. You can check that out. Today's National Walking Day. So they're going to talk about getting moving, walking. I should probably be a part of that. I'm going to have some fitness instructors from the YMCA. And there's going to be a new bank opening on Lakeland today, and they're going to get a first look at that. The Autistic Intellect nonprofit will join with information on how you can help support them. And again, that's all on Studio 3 today at 3 o'clock. Again, make sure you download the WLBT weather app, our First Alert weather app, so you can keep up to date on all of the good and bad weather that comes to our area from our First Alert weather team. And make sure, if you haven't already, download the WLBT app so we can keep you updated on any breaking news that happens in our area. I will be back tomorrow. Thank you guys so much for joining me today, and I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. Bye-bye.